After spending a few weeks in Colorado fixing stuff on the van and hanging with friends, we pointed our compass west towards California. Ripley had mostly a clean bill of health, and so, with our fingers crossed tightly, we set off, in search of dirt roads, epic camp spots, and nights filled with billions of flickering stars dotting vast western skies.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
This is where we ended up tonight. It's the end of the road there. I'm going to try to walk on some snow here. It's very, very thick. Oh, just fell through. Oh, just fell through again. Oh. This is where the road ended at this cattle grate. Clearly, no vehicles have been that way in quite some time. Let me see if I can make this brighter. Oh, yeah. It's pretty freaking dark out here, but it's really beautiful. With all this snow, this pretty fence, and then a synchro. You didn't see that coming, did you? Had a good time driving today. We made it up to an elevation of like 10,300 feet. The van did pretty well. Ate some soup, fed the dogs,
Cookies.
had some cookies. Now I'm going to bed with this one.
Why, good morning! It is day 2 of our travels. We're still in Colorado. We camped last night on private land and got out of there before the sun rose in order to avoid being put in a hole and forced to put the lotion on its skin.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Today we're going to drive about 6 hours, stop, and do a little bit of work. And then we'll see what happens. We never did stop to work that day. Instead, we just pushed right through northern Colorado and into Utah, where we explored a road we found and settled upon a spot to camp for the evening. While there, we made some adjustments to our light bar, and Jessica molded a schmeckle out of mud to use as a new hood ornament. The next day was filled with more of the same, just a lot of driving, a little exploring off the beaten path, and a Love's Travel Center, where we stopped in to scrub our disgusting underbits.
It's shower time. I feel disgusting. I haven't been wiping after number 2s.
Not even with your hand?
Not even with my hand, just leaving it all muddy back there. Just because I feel like a wild man. But now I'm about to clean that up and clog the drain. Oh, look. That's a dick squirter right there, but they got a special spigot just for the old schmeckle.
With all our dark bodily recesses defunctified, we pushed further west, driving through sunset and into the night until we reached Nevada and Great Basin National Park.
We're here in Great Basin National Park in Nevada, and I am on a mission. A mission to find out what creature is calling back and forth to each other. They sound like turkeys, but I want to know for sure. Let's see if we can find them. It's a huge turkey with a big old tail. Oh, okay, let's see if you can see him. You see that? Look at that. Channeling my inner Jane Goodall. Pretty pumped about it. It's just turkeys. But 3 of them had the big plumage. 3 of them are males. They were gobbling away at each other.
After Jessica made me soil my freshly cleaned underfur, we set off on a short walk up the mountain to explore our surroundings. Lots of other travelers and overlanders are fond of hikes and walks and generally doing things that make one sweaty. But not us. Not really. However, in this case we made an exception because Great Basin was pretty awesome, and I heard tell that there were turkeys about. What's up, turkeys?
That's a female.
Oh yeah, look at her. She's ugly. I'd fuck a dude before I'd fuck that. You hear that, turkey? This pine cone is my soulmate. It's calling to me.
What's its name?
It doesn't have a name. Piney Cone. Piney Cone Jackson. No, I don't know. It doesn't have a name. He doesn't believe in labels. Alright, well, we've been here at Great Basin National Park for the last 2 nights. Yesterday, we did a little hiking. Not a whole lot because I'm fat. But we did some, and I also worked on some videos, and Jessica wrote some articles for her blog. Got a lot done. It was pretty relaxing. Good to chill. This morning, we're going to head to some trail. It's 4-wheel drive, unmaintained, supposed to be moderate difficulty. We'll see. We're gonna go try that out, see what it's all about. And then once we're done with that, we head to California.
We left Great Basin and set out to look for dirt roads and trails to test out the Synchro. If you've been following our series, you'll recall how many breakdowns and setbacks we've had with our beloved Ripley. Our goal with buying her was to have a vehicle that was capable of doing plenty of off-roading, and to be a comfortable house when we found the perfect camp spot. Up until now, however, there were always little problems that seemed to either cut the trip short or were cause for concern the further out away from civilization we explored. But on this journey, it seemed the further west we went, the better she ran, and she felt ready to tackle some of Nevada's many unmaintained dirt roads.
Oh, top's gone. The air cleaner is just gone.
Got it ripped off, huh?
Yeah. Womp womp womp.
It's like a flaccid
Poor,
penis.
poor snorkel.
Alright, got the tools out. We're going to take this thing apart and try to put it back on. Get this thing all fixed up. Oh, son of a bitch. Forgot the... Alright. Get some pinstripes today. Dude, I don't know what trail this is. I don't know what the forest road is, but we just drove up a really awesome trail up to the top of this mountain, and we have such an incredible view. There's windmills down there. It's so gorgeous, and the van did really incredible. It is just staggeringly beautiful up here. It's gorgeous. It's oh, there's Wheeler Peak right there. Yeah, that's Great Basin over there. Man, this is unbelievable. This is like the perfect road for a synchro. The perfect road for a synchro. Oh man, so gorgeous. So stoked to be up here. So quiet, minus me talking like a monkey in a tree. Man, love it. Me and Jessica about to bang up here like a couple of naked monkeys. Echoes.
We hung out at the top of the mountain for a few hours, where Jessica sketched a picture of a tree, the doggos wandered about, and I made myself the best sandwich known to man.
Ham, cheese, ketchup, bread, champion.
From there, we headed back down the mountain and towards an ancient bristlecone pine forest on the western side of Great Basin National Park. The drive up the forest road was steep, windy, and utterly jaw-dropping.
All right, well, this is where we've decided to stop, is at this switchback. Mostly because it's pretty deep snow, number one, and we don't have chains or anything, and the synchro slips a lot, I've noticed. It's also extremely steep, and I don't think that we would even make it, and I don't want to try it. There's no need to put ourselves in any kind of risk, especially with how off-camber that looks right there.
Because there's a rut there, so.
Yeah, there's a rut there, and we'd be pretty far off camber. I'm just not in the mood to play these games right now. This is definitely worth checking out when there's no snow, or when you're driving something that's got way better capabilities than this, like a Jeep.
It's kind of cool though. Check this out.
Yeah, you want to explore this a little bit? We made it to a mine. An old abandoned mine.
Even though we didn't make it up to see the ancient trees, we did find an abandoned mine, where we opted to stop traveling for the day and make camp. But first, we wanted to test out the onboard hot water shower we had just installed back in Colorado.
All right, we're about to use our shower for the very first time. We have an onboard shower, it's called the Glind. It's from Australia, and the way that it works is it taps into your heater lines. You turn on your heater in your car, and you let the car run, and it heats whatever's going through there. Then we put a hose out in some water to draw the water in through a pump, and then it comes out a shower head, which I'll show you in just a moment. Hiking gear for the minimalist. Keep it simple, y'all. T-shirt, underwear, flip-flops, ding dong!
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's turn this on. I'm not ready. Shower water!
Ooh, that's kind of warm. It's not terrible.
It's cooling off.
Cooling off, yeah. Now it's cold. All right, stop it. All right. The Glind doesn't work, really. I mean, it really has a hard time sucking water out of the creek. It really had a hard time making it warmer than absolutely freezing. We'll try it again another time. But this was way too cold.
Okay, so the Glind was a bust, but it didn't matter because the campsite we found was spectacular. While there, Jessica broke with van life tradition and did some fully clothed yoga. I went on a short walk with Petunia up a hill, and then we watched a lovely sunset before settling in for the night. That day we drove a bit further with the goal of this time, for real, making it to California. However, that was not to be. Nevada just had too much to show us and wouldn't let us go. We came across a lava field that sounded like an interesting place to explore, and then just a little further down the road we came upon a sign inviting us to veer off the path yet again to see a crater of an ancient volcano.
Holy cow, dude, look at this.
We couldn't say no to the incredible beauty that stood before us, so we delayed our trip even further and decided to stay for another night in Nevada, atop a hill overlooking yet another amazing valley. You may ask yourself, how can we afford to just explore, to simply decide to put off reaching a destination? Don't we have work? Are we on a never-ending vacation? We decided a long time ago to not be pieces on a chessboard for anyone else. As a result, we've nurtured careers and a lifestyle whose sole purpose is to enable us to explore and venture into the quiet recesses of the world and of our minds. When we plan for a break, we escape the grind and set off towards unknown places. And it's in those times of stillness that you'll catch us moving the furthest. We were built to explore, to set out beyond the familiar and find pockets of contentment along life's many winding roads and trails. The further we travel, the more we come to realize that adventure doesn't have to happen in a van, that living free is internal. It's a state of mind, one where you position yourself and your life story as the hero of your narrative arc, and the obstacles in your way are only there for you to conquer or learn from. Few things are too great to overcome. The tick-tick-tick of the diesel engine sings a rhythmic song that for us signals the beginning of a new time to take in the vastness of life all around us, to take stock of what we want to accomplish next, and what we've learned in the miles that have passed. The only constant in life is change. And although Ripley was running like a dream, and Jessica and I were drinking in the flavors of life all around us, we could feel that somewhere over the next horizon things were changing. For me at least, I was beginning to feel the wear and tear of life on the road more than the van, and more than my partner. I wasn't sure what it was that was coming, but I could feel it, like a fast approaching tempest. I gripped the steering wheel tighter as we finally crossed into California in hopes of holding on during the coming whirlwind, only to later learn that letting go is when it seems life's lessons really begin to take hold. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard.